All right, what's up? I am getting ready for my hunting trip tomorrow. Opening season is tomorrow morning here in Texas. Tomorrow, Saturday, November 6th. It's going to be pretty cold for Texas tomorrow. 38 in the morning. I think it's going to warm up to like the high 50s. So I'm going to layer up. But this is what I got here. Of course, underwear. What I like to do is a pair of sweatpants. You can do, what are those underlayer called? Stuff that you can specifically wear. It's not as bulky, but since I'm just sitting, I actually kind of find this is pretty comfortable. This is just a pair of blue jeans that are a khaki color, so I blend in. I will be sitting in a blind, so it doesn't really matter. I'm wearing 2 pairs of socks. This is just a standard pair of socks, and then this is a thick pair of socks to keep my feet warm. On the top, I'm going to be doing a button-up with no undershirt under it. And the reason I'm not doing an undershirt is because on top of that, I'll be doing this hoodie. So it's actually on the thinner side, but it keeps me really warm. And on top of that is this really thick jacket, which I'm not going to throw in quite yet because I need to check the pockets. We'll do that in just a second. And then I'm actually going to wash my cloth belt just to make sure no scent's in there. Belt comes off really easy, so I'm going to throw that there. Just throw the cloth part in there. Then I'm going to use baking soda, quarter, half cup. I just kind of eyeball it. I want enough to get rid of all the smells. It's kind of clumpy. There we go. So I'm going to check this and throw it in there. Once all that comes out, I'm going to hang it up. So I'm going to go through the washer, and go through the dryer. There might be some residual smells in the dryer, I know. So then after it comes out, I'm going to use this. No reason that I picked this over any others. I grabbed it at Academy. It's a local shop that I have. I've used it the past few years, and I find that it works pretty well. I can tell a difference when I use this stuff and when I don't on how quickly the deer can smell me. If I'm downwind, without this stuff, they get spooked really quick. If I'm downwind with this stuff, it buys me a little more time to set up a shot. You're not going to be able to sit upwind all day long because this stuff is magic. No, it'll give you a little bit of extra time before they smell you, in best case. All right, so that's good. That's going. I have all day, so I'm just going to put deep clean. That's good. Just ready in the wash cycle. These are the boots that I'm going to wear. I wear these all year round for all kinds of stuff. They don't stink or have a used shoe smell. You don't have, your feet don't stink. Sometimes they just have a slight smell to them. These smell new because I only wear them every other week or whatever. However, they are well used, so they probably smell like a human. So these are going to get an extra coat. I'm going to coat them today, and then when everything comes out and I coat the clothes, I'm going to give them another spray. So just going to get inside the shoe, and then just, those are wet now. So I'm going to set them over here, and I'll let them dry, and then when everything comes out, I'm going to spray them again tonight, and then tomorrow morning, everything will be ready to be used. So now that I've got the clothes going, I was a procrastinator. I didn't do bow season this year just because I had stuff going on. I do have a recurve, I have a crossbow, and a compound. So I got 2 deer last year. but this year I just waited for rifle season. So that starts tomorrow. So now I'm going to run to the store and pick up my hunting license. I do have a new scope that I'm using this year. It's an ATN scope. I did talk to my game warden already to confirm that I can use it because it has a night vision setting and a daytime setting. I called him and spoke with him. He talked to another warden friend of his. They said it's against the law to shoot at night, so it doesn't matter that it has a nighttime setting on it. During the day, that nighttime setting would not give you an advantage. If you pull the trigger while it's still before sunrise, you're breaking the law. As long as you're shooting after, it doesn't matter that it has that setting. So that was what my game warden said. That's in my area. Check with your game warden if this type of scope is legal for you to use, but I'm going to use it so that I can get some footage of my hunt tomorrow. See how that goes. What's up? It's 5:50 and I am almost to the property here. I think I've got about another 20 minutes. Sunrise isn't until like 7:50. Shooting light would be like 7:20, so I'm about an hour before. I should get there about an hour before shooting light. Give me time to get set up, and we're gonna do a little sit today and see if we can get a buck. So see you then. So it is shooting light now. I'm in the blind. Shooting light was like 7:15. And got some visibility. Set up about 100 yards from a feeder straight in front of us. Feeders to the south, winds coming from the east. It's not the best, but that's what we got today. So feeder goes off at 8 a.m. So it's going to go off in about 30 or 45 minutes. And hopefully we get some activity. So I've got the scope with a camera on it. I'm going to see if I can record some footage. I think it's crows, but it kind of sounded like a pig. And there's so many pigs under this feeder. Even though if that's opening weekend, if I don't get a deer by Monday, I have a 3-day weekend, then we go ahead and take a pig. Because then I might bump the pigs off of this feeder a little bit so the deer can come in. Clean shot. Oh God. I saw him stumble. That's a big boy. Well, let's go track him down. Hopefully I got some good footage from the scope. But
we saw a nice buck come out. He walked out to the feeder, gave me a nice broadside shot, stood there, and I took the shot. Saw his front two legs buckle a little bit on impact. I forgot my ear protection in the truck, so my ear is ringing like crazy right now. Alright, so he's standing right here. He was feeding on this corn. I shot. I don't see any blood right here. But when I turn, there's blood right here. Tons of it. Right here. All over. I'm trying to see blood to see which way it went. Because there's a trail here. And this is blocked, so I couldn't tell where he went from here. But we got blood. Blood. This guy ran for a bit. There's some blood there. Right inside the trees. A lot of blood right there. Trail here. Oh, look at that. Between these trees here. Never had a deer bleed this much and run this far. We're probably about 200 yards so far of just a constant trail. Right here, looks like he fell and rolled, and then he ran into these trees. When I got up on these trees, I heard some commotion in there. So I think he laid down and I just bumped him. But I'm gonna put my rifle down. With this much bleeding, I just can't imagine that he's still running. So I'm gonna push into these woods just a bit and listen. There's blood right there. I see him. He's back there, but I see him. Oh my God. We got a bad hit on him. Looks like it was a little far forward. It's now about 2 hours later. The place that I shot the deer was back in really thick brush, A. And B, the place the blind was has been cut off access because the neighbor built a pond. So I can't take a tractor back there anymore. And so we cut a path, and I didn't want to do that right before deer season. So I literally had to walk that deer 1,000 yards. We were kind of estimating as we were walking. But we just got a stick, tied the deer up on the stick, and I put one end on my shoulder. My dad walked behind me with the other end on his shoulder. We walked 200-300 yards, took a break, and then we finally got close enough that we could get it up on the tractor for this last 500 yards or so. I think I'm just gonna gut it, take it home, and break it down and put it in the cooler once I get home. So yeah, check in a bit. All right. So, got the buck in the bed of the truck, and he's been down for about an hour and a half now. Sometimes I clean him, quarter him out at the property, but today I got him back into the truck pretty quickly, and I'm not hunting any longer, so I decided that I'm going to drive him home and I'm going to break him down in the backyard. I've done it with pigs before. I have a folding white table in the backyard that I can put him on. I also have some hanging hooks, so I might hang him up. I just don't really like to do that because some neighbors think that's a little weird. So we'll see. But I just want to get home, hang out with the family on this Saturday, so take the deer home and we can all, as a family, clean it up and throw it into a cooler, and I think we're doing a pot roast for dinner. So I will check in once we get the buck laid out. Currently have him in the bed of the truck. I have a topper, and it's a black canvas topper, so it actually makes it pretty hot in there. And I didn't want, it's 55 right now. It was in the 30s earlier this morning. But the cool thing about this topper is the windows you can roll up. So right now I've got the windows rolled up, so we got a really cold breeze blowing through that, chilling that deer down as I'm driving. So should be fine. 55 is a little warm, but with the topper open and that cool breeze blowing through there, and it's covered so there's no direct sunlight on it, I think we're going to be really good. Have it cooled down a little bit by the time we get to cleaning it. So yeah, it's about an hour and 15-minute drive home, but I'm already on my way, so I'll probably be home before lunchtime. The deer is now broken down in this cooler right here, aging in some ice. Be there for the next few days. I've never really talked about the shot on the deer. I haven't looked back to see if it was me or if I pulled to the right, if the gun is not sighted right and it shot to the right, or I was also thinking that the silhouette could have been broken up with the grass because the grass was so tall right there. Whatever the case, I thought I was aiming behind the shoulder. I hit the base of the neck. It went through and came out this side at the base of the neck. Deer bled out a lot very fast. It did run probably 150 or 200 yards before it fell over, but it was still enough to get the deer down quickly. It just isn't where I would have liked to have hit it. So I'm going to look at that footage and see if what happened there. I'm not exactly sure. But the benefit of that is we didn't lose any meat. So we got the shoulders and roast and everything in the cooler down here. Fun hunt. I was sitting out there for like an hour and a half before that buck walked out. Also have some footage of those two does that walked up. They kind of came up on the right side and I saw them walking up. So I hit record on the scope and you can see them come in, and they were small. I think they're probably only like a year old. So I wanted a buck, and I was willing to take a doe if it was a nice doe, but I'm glad I waited out for that buck to come in. So, yeah, that was opening day. I might go back Saturday. I'm not going tomorrow on Sunday. I took off work on Monday so that I could have some time to hunt if I didn't get anything this weekend. Even though I got something, I might go hunt on Monday. But we'll just see how things work out.
I'm not sure. We're gonna have some work done on the property next week. We're clearing out some timber to make some pathways and stuff. So that's gonna cause some disruption. So that's probably gonna mean no hunting next weekend. So we'll definitely get a few more hunts in before the season's over. But day one, buck down in the cooler. All in all, a win. Fun trip. I enjoy tracking. So honestly, I thought that was pretty fun to be able to track it for that 150, 200 yards. And hopefully me trying to do it with my phone, you got some good footage out of it. So check in next time. Might be Samantha hunting. Might be me. Till then, see ya.